Hi, everybody. Welcome. I'm Alicia, and this is Stephanie. And thank you so much for joining us here for our Natural Solutions and Intro to Essential Oils class. So Stephanie did some pre-posting in the Facebook event about, I posted about what are essential oils, why we recommend doTERRA, the quality of the oils, and also about co-impact sourcing, which is a great thing that doTERRA does in terms of sourcing their oils where the plants grow naturally and then giving back to those communities. So if you haven't already checked those out, please do that. If you're not on Facebook and are getting this video, then let us know and we can send you that information individually. And we're going to jump right into the bulk of the class and talk about how to use the oils and all of the top oils that we recommend people start with. Yes. So we'll start with the three different ways that you can use your oils. And the first way is aromatically. So that includes simply taking a bottle, cap off, waving it under your nose, and breathing in the aroma. That's one great way to use your oils. Another way is with diffuser jewelry. So I have my diffuser jewelry on pretty much every day. I've got a bracelet that's made from lava beads, which are very porous. And I'll take the oil, cap off of course, and put maybe 3, 4, even 5 drops of oil onto my bracelet. And the scent will be with you throughout most of the day, but what's really nice is the next day, if you want to apply a different scent, you're fine to do that. You don't have to wash your bracelet or anything like that. And I also have a diffuser ball inside of my necklace here. So that's a really great way to have your oils with you without needing to bring the bottles. Also, if you have kids, I know Stephanie's boys wear diffuser bracelets to school sometimes to help them with different things. But then again, it's not, a glass bottle in your pocket or in your purse or rolling around in your car. Do you want to talk about the next way?
Yes. So the second way you can use them is topically. And topically simply means we're rubbing them on our skin. You can use some of the oils neat depending on your skin sensitivity, which just means straight out of the bottle, or you can dilute with a carrier oil. And we recommend diluting initially, especially if you're not sure of your skin sensitivity, and always diluting for children. Topically, where do you apply depends on what we're dealing with. So if you have a muscle or joint achiness, you're going to apply directly to that muscle or joint. If you have head tension, maybe you'll apply above your eyebrows, on your temples, maybe up your neck, depending on where you think that tension is coming from. Something like a stomach discomfort, you would apply right to your stomach. And the act of massaging those oils in is going to bring blood flow to that area. So take a few seconds and really massage them in and get them working. Mm-hmm. A great place to apply topically, if you're not sure, is on the bottoms of your feet or up the back of your spine. Those are also great places to apply for kids, especially if they don't want to walk around. I have a 13-year-old who doesn't like to smell like oils, so we mask by putting those on his feet or up his spine. That way he's not walking around smelling like oils. What else? Topical. I think that's it for topical. The bottoms of their feet are large pores, so the oils get absorbed very quickly, and within about 30 seconds, they're circulating through your bloodstream. So that's also a neat fact about oils.
Yeah, and some great carrier oils to use if you are diluting. You can use coconut oil, jojoba oil, grapeseed oil, sweet almond oil. If you're in a pinch, you can use olive oil. That does seem to have its own scent, so it might shift and change what you smell a little bit. But in a pinch, you could use that, or a clean, organic, unscented lotion will work too. And the third way you can use your oils is internally. This is obviously personal choice. I know some people that use the oils but never take them internally. And then, people like Stephanie and I, we're pretty much taking an oil internally every single day. So internally means that you're either applying the oil, maybe a drop under your tongue, or putting a drop rather into a cup of tea, into your water. I love to use a citrus oil in my water. It's really refreshing, really uplifting. And you'll know the difference between which ones you can take internally and not by the supplement facts. So if your bottle has supplement facts, it's safe to take internally. And then if it's not an oil that's recommended to take internally, it's just going to have a list of ingredients on the side of the bottle. So that's a really quick go-to way to know the difference between the two. And then of course, if you're a part of our doTERRA team, or if you're, starting to use oils, you can always text or reach out to Stephanie and I, and we can help you too if you're just having questions about stuff like that. doTERRA also makes these nice little veggie caps. It's basically an empty supplement shell or casing. And those are great to use if you want to put a few drops of oil into them and take the oils internally, but you don't particularly like the taste. So some oils I think have a good taste to them, like the citrus, but other oils like oregano, or for some people the frankincense, it's just a strong flavor. So that's another great way to get the benefits of the oils without having to necessarily have that taste kind of lingering around in your mouth.
doTERRA also makes a lot of supplements that have the oils in them, and things like, we'll talk about beadlets, we have On Guard beadlets and peppermint beadlets. They have the oils right in them ready to ingest. There's soft gels, Digestion soft gels, On Guard soft gels. There's a bunch of others as well. So if you don't want to make your own supplement using those veggie caps, then they have them pre-made for us for easy ingestion.
Yeah,
so those are options as well.
Yeah, doTERRA does a lot of things for you, and then if you feel like doing it yourself, you can also do it yourself, right? We kind of jump back and forth. So should we dive into our first oil?
Yes.
Okay.
So we are going to talk about peppermint oil first, and a lot of you received. So we sent out some sample packets before this class. And the sample packets include little tiny drams. So there's a tiny dram of peppermint, a tiny dram of wild orange, and a packet of deep blue rub. So those three things we're going to tell you how to use and try them so that you have experience using the oils. Peppermint oil, we're going to take, Alicia's going to use it out of the dram, and I'm going to use it right out of the bottle. So some of the drams have like a little stopper. You need to pull that stopper out. The bottle, so when we're using the bottle, we want to just be patient and let a drop fall in our palm. You're not going to shake. You're not going to tap. Just let the drop fall out. The difference with drams are we need to tap the end, kind of like a ketchup bottle, to get a drop out. So what we're doing initially is we're going to take peppermint. We're going to put a drop in our palm. Just one drop. Rub our palms together. Cup them over our nose. Take a few deep breaths in, nice and slowly. Enjoy that aroma. Let it fill your airways. And then when you're ready, you're going to make a fist on top of your palm, and you're going to suck in. So do that a couple times. Let that get in through your throat, and then rub your hands on the back of your neck. So we did all of that with just one drop of peppermint oil. A couple of benefits of peppermint oil. We're nice and open now. It opens our airways. It's great to support digestion. It's energizing, which is why we like to start most of our classes with peppermint, so that you're ready to pay attention and take in all the information we provide you. What else? Ants and spiders hate peppermint, so a good repellent for those two. Pairs really well with chocolate, so great in hot chocolate. We make a really good bark recipe. You could throw a drop in a box mix of brownies or even homemade brownies. What else?
You said head tension, right?
I did not. Good for head tension. So you can rub right above your eyebrows, on your temples, even on your neck. I also didn't mention, if you rubbed on your neck, at this point in time, it might be a little bit tingly. It's going to be soothing and cooling. So it's great if your body temperature is hot, or great in the summertime with our really hot days. We make a spritzer, so we just do a glass or a metal spray bottle, fill it with water, and then put a few drops of peppermint in it, and the kids will come in and spray themselves down with peppermint oil, which is cooling.
Yeah, it can also be helpful with nausea, right, and digestion. So the peppermint beadlets come really in handy for that. They're these little tiny beadlets with a 1/4 drop of oil, and you can put one under your tongue if you're patient, or you can pop it right open if you're not patient, and you get a nice little burst of oil. It's also a great breath freshener. So that's peppermint.
Yes.
Good. Okay. So next up, we have our wild orange. So if you have a little sample, or if you're already using oils, grab your wild orange. And same thing, if you have the dram, you have to take off the little stopper and then put a drop into your palm. Now, if you have the bottle, the regular size bottle, the citrus oils tend to come out a little faster. So just be aware of that.
So my recommendation is keep it nice and close to your palm and shoot for 1 drop. If you get 2 drops, that's fine.
Yeah. So same thing, you're going to rub your palms together, cup your hands over your face, and take some nice gentle breaths. And then you can actually bring the hands right over top of where the peppermint was rubbed on. So, I love it. I'm so happy now.
This is the happy oil.
Exactly. Citrus oils are known as the happy oils. And even though we're talking about wild orange, I want you to know that this information can go for the lemon oil, grapefruit oil, kumquat oil, bergamot oil, lots of other citrus oils. Tangerine. I'm sorry, I forgot Stephanie's favorite. So they are happy oils, like we said. They are also very cleansing and purifying. So to the air, if you're diffusing them, cleansing and purifying. To your, countertops, if you're making a cleaning product with them, which I love to do. They also pair well with chocolate. We'll throw that in there again. And I love to use these because they really help to kind of raise the vibration. They help to uplift the energy of you or the people in the room. So I find myself actually putting the peppermint and the wild orange together in the diffuser quite often. I do want to mention that if you are going out into the sun for a long day, if it's summertime or you're working out in your garden or going to the beach, you don't want to apply the citrus oil to your skin where it will be exposed to the sun. You want to be careful and maybe just put it on your diffuser bracelet that day, or if you are applying it to your skin, make sure it's on a part that's going to be covered up because the citrus oils can have UV sensitivity. Anything else about the wild orange?
Oh, it's great for, did we talk about fruit?
Thank you. The fruit, yes.
It's great. We talked about its cleansing and purifying properties, but it's really awesome to use when cleaning fruit. So we like to use it for strawberries. And my favorite with the wild orange is grapes. So we throw the grapes in a big bowl of water and then put a few drops of wild orange, mix them around, let them sit. And they really get a lot of the dirt and grime and yuck off of those grapes. And then they leave a little flavor of the wild orange on the grapes when you're eating them. Yep. So it's fun. Apples I like to do in the lemon oil. You can also do like lettuce and some of your veggies in lemon oil. So they're all cleansing and purifying, and it really is fun to start adding them into different kitchen things as well.
Yeah.
So we're going to jump right into frankincense. Frankincense is known as the king of all oils. And it's because when in doubt, you probably need to use frankincense, or we like to blend frankincense with a lot of other oils. It's kind of an enhancing oil. So if we add it to other oils, it's going to enhance the benefits of those oils. It's an immune support oil. So one that for this time of year, a lot of people need to use to boost immunity. It's also fantastic for skin. So wrinkles, stretch marks, scars, blemishes, anything like that, it's going to help the skin. It is responsible for healthy cell growth. So it's just good for overall body health. It's fantastic. I use it every single day. I put a drop under my tongue. Doesn't taste fantastic, but it goes away within seconds, and then we just wash it down with some water. It's also fantastic for emotional balance. So we like to start our day with that drop of frankincense so that one, our immunity is boosted, we're feeling good and level and balanced. And then we're also helping our body throughout the day.
Inflammation, right?
Oh,
it's good
yes.
for inflammation.
Yeah, so it helps reduce inflammation in the body.
And I really like frankincense for meditation. It's a great meditation aid. So sometimes I'll just start by cupping my hands and breathing in the frankincense, or sometimes I rub it right onto the space between the eyebrows. It's a really good one. So next up we have Melaleuca, and it's more commonly known as tea tree oil. So this is antiviral, antibacterial, antifungal. It's a really great oil if you have blemishes. You can put a drop onto your finger, pop it right on there, and it will help to clear that up. That's one of my favorite uses for it. It's also great in your cleaning products. If you're making your own cleaning products, I'm usually doing a blend of lemon, Melaleuca, and maybe like one other citrus oil that goes well with those too. So let's see, what else is this good for?
We use this a lot. I have 3 boys, and the boys all are active in sports, football, wrestling. So we use it to create a spray bottle, again, water, Melaleuca, and probably a little bit of a citrus oil. And we spray down their cleats and their helmets and their shoulder pads and their wrestling gear, all things that we can't throw in the laundry to disinfect. So it's disinfecting and purifying. Great to throw, like spray shoes down. If you have a stinky shoe closet, or sports clothes, yoga mats, anything like that, it will disinfect and purify them. There was something else I was going to say too.
Was it the toothbrushes?
Yes.
Yeah. So Stephanie taught me how you can wash your makeup brushes or your toothbrushes with a few drops of the Melaleuca in warm water, just letting them soak for maybe 10-15 minutes and then rinsing them off and letting them air dry. And I found that really helpful so far.
It's also fantastic for hair health and scalp health, and it repels lice. So we like to, when we open up a new shampoo bottle, I throw a few drops of Melaleuca right in that shampoo bottle. So every single day we're using it. Promotes healthy hair, kind of gives you a tingliness. I don't know if that's right, on your scalp when you're massaging the shampoo in, and it feels really good. So it's also great for that as well.
And nail health. I feel like the more we sit here, the more things we'll remember. So you can put a drop onto each fingernail and each toenail, and it can really help if you do have any like a toenail fungus kind of thing going on. I have a few really good stories from different family members and friends that have had a lot of success with themselves and their children using that.
So we're just going to mention really fast oregano. We're not going to talk about this a lot. It has very similar properties to the Melaleuca, but in our house we know oregano as the Melaleuca on steroids. So it's Melaleuca we can kind of use daily. We talked about putting it in our shampoo, putting it on our nails, disinfecting and cleansing and cleaning with it. It's also an immune support oil, so definitely can be pulled in blends for immune support and when we're not feeling well. Gargling. We can gargle with Melaleuca for sore throats. So it's going to get rid of, help us battle viruses and bacteria and funguses. The oregano is a really powerful version of that. So all the same properties, we can boost immunity. We pull it out whenever we're not feeling well. Just in general, like as soon as we start to have a scratchy throat, I'll dilute it and rub it on my throat. I like to take it. This is one that I do like to take internally, but it tastes terrible. It's really, really spicy and strong. So it's a good one to put in those veggie caps that we talked about in the beginning, just to kind of combat. It's known as nature's antibiotic. And I feel like that's a good way to describe what it does.
Also great for cooking. If you're making a red sauce, you can add a drop of oregano
but
oil
it is one that if you are using topically, it has to be diluted. You do not want to use it topically without diluting it unless you are trying to get rid of something. So if you're trying to remove a wart or a skin tag or something like that, you can place it undiluted right on that wart or skin tag, but you want to put a carrier oil on the skin around it to protect the skin around it.
Next up, we have lavender. Lavender is calming and soothing to the emotions. It's also calming and soothing to the skin. So it's really good for burns, bug bites, bee stings, scrapes, cuts, a lot of things like that, you can apply lavender. I even like, if I have a cut and I'm going to put a Band-Aid on, just to put 1 drop of lavender right onto the Band-Aid and then put the Band-Aid onto my finger or wherever I have the cut. It's really great for helping you to relax and for helping you to sleep. So lavender is an excellent one to be applying to the soles of your feet right before bedtime, or you can put a few drops right into your bath water. And it's you're able to take this one internally. So you could make a really great lavender lemonade. You could just add a drop of lavender to your hot tea or to your water. Great for baking if you're making, like, you know, a vanilla cupcake and you want to throw some lavender into your vanilla icing. Stephanie and I can give you our addresses. You can mail us some cupcakes, right? Sounds good. This is just a really easy entry oil for some people when they're new to essential oils. It's a pretty, I'd say, appealing scent to most people. It's pretty mild as far as oils go. And yeah, lavender. What am I forgetting?
It is also a natural antihistamine.
Thank you.
So that's why it works really well with skin conditions. So we talked about the bug bites and the bee stings and that type of stuff. It's going to take that itch away and help with the healing process. But it's also fantastic in our allergy trio. Mm-hmm. So we've talked about all the oils, mentioned all the oils that belong in the allergy trio. Our allergy trio is peppermint, lemon, and lavender. So we talked about wild orange, but lemon has very similar properties. The peppermint helps with opening up the airways with congestion, things like that, keeping our respiratory system supported. The lavender is our natural antihistamine, and then our lemon is cleansing and purifying. So if we put those 3 together, they're great to combat allergies, seasonal allergies, or just even pet allergies, things like that. You can take them internally, all 3 of them. Mm-hmm. So you can put them in a veggie cap. You can make a tea with them. Mm-hmm. You can also purchase soft gels that are pre-made called Tri-Ease, and they have those 3 oils in them as well. You can diffuse all 3 equal parts in the diffuser. Mm-hmm. So lots of ways to use that trio together.
Absolutely. Yeah, I have a roller bottle during the spring and summer right by my bed, and I put that onto the bottoms of my feet every morning. So now we're going to move into our blends, and the first one is the Breathe blend, which is our respiratory blend. And if you go on doTERRA's website, or if you have a product guide, you can look up all the different single oils that make up this blend, because there's probably maybe at least 10 different oils in here. So the Breathe oil is one of my favorites. It's another great one for allergies. So applying it to the bottoms of the feet, putting it into your diffuser jewelry, just even taking a drop of this and cupping the hands and breathing in can really, really make a difference if you're feeling congested, stuffed up, if you have a cough, anything like that. So I like to use the Breathe oil also before yoga or before working out. Stephanie showed this idea to me of applying a little bit to your chest. So again, dilute it if you have sensitive skin. Maybe you would have a little coconut oil or a little unscented lotion. I have pretty strong skin, I've realized, with these oils, so I can apply it right to my chest and I'm fine. And then when you're working out and starting to build some heat, you'll have that nice aroma coming up into your nose and helping you be able to breathe well. The Breathe is also available in throat drops, which I really love. So first thing in the morning, I'm usually a little stuffy. I grab a Breathe throat drop, pop it into my mouth, and then by the end of walking my dog, those 10, 12 minutes that we're out in the morning, I feel a lot better. I feel opened up. I feel like I can breathe through both nostrils instead of one or the other. What else for Breathe?
I like to apply this one right to the top of my nose and over my sinuses. It helps with sinus pressure and really just opens up your nasal passages. So it's a really nice smell.
It's a great smell. Yeah. It's got some eucalyptus in it, which I'm a big fan of.
We like to diffuse this with a drop or 2 of lemon. I feel like the lemon kind of enhances the Breathe a little bit, but that's a fun combo. All right, so the next blend is Deep Blue. So this is our Deep Blue oil. It's our soothing blend. And Deep Blue also comes in rub.
Some of you guys got the sample. This is our little sample.
So the sample has We think on average 3 applications. So don't open that up and apply it all at once. You're just wasting it.
Mm-hmm.
Depending on how much you need, you should get about 3 applications on that. So once you open it up and use a little bit of it, just throw it in a Ziploc bag till the next use. But we recommend trying the deep blue rub. So kind of sit right now and assess, is there something that's hurting? Is there something that's sore or a little bit uncomfortable? And then you're going to open up if you have the large rub, just open that up and take about a pea size amount and then rub it on that area. If you have this rub, just cut the top and then take the same amount. I like to rub it on my neck. So I keep the deep blue oil in my bag at all times because I tend to build up tension in my neck, and then it eventually can cause a headache. So if I get that tension when it starts and when I start to feel like I'm holding my stress there, I can knock it out before I get really uncomfortable. Mm-hmm. It's great for any sort of joint or muscle discomfort. Fantastic after working out. Great for kids with growing pains, for cramps, anything like that.
Arthritis. It's really helped my mom with her arthritis in her hands. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I feel like this is a good one for everybody to have like in their gym bag or their dance bag or their sport bag. My dad, who's a general contractor in his, late 50s now, he actually took the deep blue rub from the house and put it into his truck, which made my mom and I so proud because at first he wasn't so sure about this whole essential oil thing. And now he's fully on board. He actually requests more oils every month when my mom places her order. One other thing I just wanted to mention real quick, I thought of it when Stephanie grabbed the deep blue. The deep blue is our little 5 milliliter bottle. And then the other bottles we've been showing you are the 15 milliliter bottle. So the little guy has 83 drops and the 15 milliliter has 250 drops. So these should last you a long time. They're very concentrated. A little goes a long way, right? Next up, we have Digest Zen. This is the digestive blend. And Digest Zen is awesome. I think for a lot of people, it's the oil that makes them believe that essential oils will help them, because it's really great if you have an upset stomach, if you've eaten food that's too rich for you, or if you've just overindulged and eaten too much. It's also really good for cramps. I found during my monthly cycle, I turn to the Digest Zen a couple times a day, actually. And what you can do with Digest Zen is you can put a few drops into your palm and rub it onto your stomach from the bottom right up, across, and down to the bottom left. So I've been doing that whenever, my stomach is upset or anything like that. And it's got some ginger in it and some other warming oils. So it has this nice warming effect that I find instantly is soothing. And usually within literally like 2 to 5 minutes, at the most 5 minutes, I feel better from the Digest Zen. This one can also be taken internally. I'm not a huge fan of the taste of this one, but some people really like it.
Yeah.
So you can put a drop in your water in like 4 ounces and take a shot of that if you're not liking the taste. I do know some people that will sip on it. And then the Digest Zen is one that's also available in the soft gels, right?
Yes.
So if you don't like the taste, but you like the effects and how it helps your stomach to feel, you can get the soft gels and just swallow it without having to really taste it. You had just used this for sinuses too, right?
Yeah. So believe it or not, it helps break down mucus and release that. And I've been struggling with a cold for the last 2 weeks. So I applied it to just the bridge of my nose and over my sinuses. This is one I happen to carry with me at all times because I have a sensitive stomach. So it's in my purse. So I had read that you could do that. And I applied it right over the bridge of my nose and my sinuses. And within a minute, I could feel that pressure release and start to break up. So it's a good one for that as well. And I'm one that personally loves to take it internally, not because of the taste, but because of the immediate effect. So I put it in the 4 ounces of water, chug that. And within seconds, I feel like it coats my stomach and just calms it down. So it's a good one. Definitely a good one to have. So our last one that we're going to talk about today is On Guard. And On Guard is an absolute must-have for anyone. Everyone should have On Guard. It's our protective blend. So it has cinnamon and wild orange and clove and rosemary and a couple other oils. But it's great for immune boosting. It's also fantastic just in general. If you know you're going to be in a crowd, if you know you're traveling, what else? You know the kids are going to a birthday party at a bounce house, or I don't know what.
Anywhere that there's germs.
Yeah. You can disinfect with it. You can wipe down your counters with it. You can throw it in your laundry, and like there's also a ton of other products that doTERRA makes. So there's soft gels, and there's the beadlets, and there's laundry detergent, and there's hand soap, which smells just like the On Guard and is fantastic. There's throat drops. There's toothpaste. Yes. I'm sure I'm missing a few other things, but they all have the On Guard oil in it, and it's immune boosting. And it's going to help kill those germs and get us. I just had someone message me this morning about they were leaving. What should they be using? And I said, use the On Guard. They're traveling for the week. So I recommend using it a few days before travel, using it the day of travel, and then continuing through your vacation just so that you stay healthy.
Yeah, and if I'm around sick people, or if there's sick people like coming into the office for work, I like to have the On Guard diffusing. It's a really pleasant smell with the cinnamon and the wild orange and the clove and everything. So I think of it like it reminds me a lot of fall or the holiday season, but I diffuse it pretty much year round at this point.
Yeah, it smells really good.
Yeah, and I've actually been having an On Guard throat drop in my mouth this whole time. So I'm sorry if I was making funny faces moving it around. Yeah, so those are some of the most commonly used oils. They're a great introduction to essential oils if you're looking to, start incorporating them. They're really easy to incorporate into everyday life, and I find that sometimes in the beginning people are intimidated by them, but then when you hear about everything that Stephanie and I use them for, you see how they just become as natural as waking up and brushing your teeth with toothpaste, or waking up and, putting a little honey into your tea in the morning. You just start incorporating them into everything you do, and they really enhance life so much.
And please, if you have these oils and are still struggling with how do I incorporate them, how do I use them, please reach out to either Alicia and I, and we'll help you and guide you. Absolutely. If you're new to oils and don't have anything other than the samples we sent you, then we're going to post information on our Facebook page about how you can purchase, the different ways to purchase, and all of that kind of stuff. We're going to save that for we're not going to include that in this video because that's a little bit too much. So please also let us know if there are other topics you would like us to cover. We're going to be teaching a lot more online, so that no matter where you are, you can join us, and we would like lots of fun topics to talk about.
Absolutely. All right. That's it.
All right.
Thanks everyone. Bye.